and thanks for joining us for another episode of Topkat Studios Sessions. My name is Rebecca Delatorre, and today I'm excited to introduce to you some colleagues of mine from Tucson, Arizona, The Long Wait. What song would you guys like to start with?
We're going to start with a song called Big Bear City.
Big Bear City, cool.
Got a call from an old girlfriend who's staying in LA. I said hello, she said how you been, and with not much else to say, she proceeded to fall apart while crying in the phone. Can you come up here to Hollywood, pick me up and bring me home? Hollywood, yeah. Second there, I thought everything was great. Your brother told me that you got that part you auditioned for last spring. Or were you just putting all of us on from there in the land of fate? I tell you what I think I'm gonna do for you. I'm gonna meet you most of the way. So go where says the wise man, but be careful where you land, 'cause the devil's gonna catch you if he can. I'm gonna wait here on the mountain and maybe settle down for good, 'cause Big Bear City's the closest I ever wanna get to Hollywood. Tell you what I think I'm gonna do for you. I'm gonna meet you most of the way. So hop on a bus, head out to Riverside, and I'll be up here at the lake. Now see if they'll let you out over at Beaumont off I-10, 'cause I promised myself I'd never set foot near Hollywood again. So go where says the wise man, but be careful where you land, 'cause the devil's gonna catch you if he can. I'm gonna wait here on the mountain and maybe settle down for good, 'cause Big Bear City's the closest I ever wanna get to Hollywood. Yeah, Big Bear City's the closest I ever wanna get to Hollywood.
I love it. Big Bear City. Now, is that in Utah? Because there's in there Mountain Big Bear or something in Utah?
California.
Oh, it's California. Yeah, it shows my ignorance. Well, listen, we drive by some mountain when we drive up to Seattle every summer. This was great. And what beauty! You got 3-part harmonies on some parts of your songs, and that's really nice, or at least on that song. Well, Liz, why don't you introduce the band?
Oh, okay. Well, this is Björgvin Benediktsson, and he plays guitar and he sings with me, and he writes a lot of really great music too. We have our newest member of the band is John Hollister, and right behind me is actually my cousin, Paul Cerepanya. We call him Shades. And our drummer right behind us here is Tyrus Watson.
And you are Liz.
Oh, and I'm Liz Cerepanya.
Okay, great. You know what's really cool about this band? Actually, I'm one of Björgvin's fans. He has this audio issues blog that he does where he gives advice, because he's been an audio engineer for like over 15 years or so.
Since 2006.
Okay,
I
so
started in live sound.
Oh, in live sound. But
Yeah.
you've been so you've still been doing this for quite a while. And he has this thing, Audio Issues Online, and I don't remember exactly how I found him, but he was sitting on a blog, and he's really very I highly recommend checking him out at is it audioissues.com, right?
Yeah.
Got a lot of great information on improving your audio engineering skills, mixing, recording, et cetera, et cetera. One of the things he commented on, I think it was it this summer or it was like June or something, I get a note or get one of his emails and it says, what's 100 degrees have to do with mixing or EQ or compression? I don't even remember. But the point was, I was like, 100 degrees? What's some guy from Iceland talking about 100 degrees? And then I had to find out. So I looked a little further and found out he's in Tucson, and the rest is history. So thanks so much for being on the show.
Thanks for having us.
Absolutely. So what's another tune y'all want to share with us? That first one was gorgeous.
Yeah, we're gonna play a song called "Drunken Lonely People."
Oh, okay.
It's usually
no personal experience there at all.
Well, maybe a little. We like to play this one in late night at the bar.
Of course.
Yeah.
This is for those that yeah, exactly. So
cool.
all right.
Brother, can you spare 10 dimes for another cup of coffee? You know, I've been sitting on this stool in this bar for don't know how many days. Hey, maybe I can borrow a smoke from one of you fine gentlemen. Hey, a $5 would be nice. I sure could use some solid food for a change. And does anybody mind if I take off my shoes, stagger out onto the floor, jukebox dance away the blues? You know I've gone plumb out my mind, trying to make these dreams come true. Oh, and I gave it up, I quit, I couldn't take it. And now I'm afraid I'm doomed to do the things drunk and lonely people do. Now do I lay out in the filth of these streets here in the city of angels? Or do I dream of love, fortune, and fame and how it all passed me by? And can I yell at the sun, and can I cuss out the street, and then get back to the tavern by 5, where as long as I behave I'll get a bottle and a place to sit and cry? And does anybody mind if I take off my pants, grab another swig of wine, ask the waitress for a dance? You know I've gone plumb out my mind, trying to make these dreams come true. Oh, and I gave it up, I quit, I couldn't take it. And now I'm afraid I'm doomed to do the things drunk and lonely people do. If I lay down on the bar, just as quietly cry, wondering how I fell so far. You know I've gone plumb out my mind, try to make these dreams come true. take it. And now I'm afraid I'm doomed to do the things drunk and lonely people do. Oh, am I forever doomed to do the things drunk and lonely people do?
Nice.
Thank you.
I love that final progression on that song too. I wasn't expecting it.
Oh,
It came out
thanks.
of nowhere. Very cool. Very, very cool. So, who writes the songs? Do you all write together, or is it one person you bring them? And what's your writing process usually?
Well, we still do some of the songs that we do are Alan's, and I've told you about him. He was
Yes.
a former band member. We started, the three of us were the Björgvin, Alan, and myself were the three founding members of the group, and he wrote a lot of the songs that we do. And he passed away July of 2011, forcing
wow.
us to go on a bit of a hiatus for a while. But now that we're back, we're still doing some of his songs, and he and Björgvin coordinated on some of those ones to begin with, so they're, you know, our songs too. And then Björgvin now, basically, he writes most of our stuff these days, starts out with the framework, and we all kind of collaborate on that, add to it.
Yeah.
On the arrangement mainly, or you collaborate on the arrangement, or you have pretty much the chord structure and lyrics all done, and then
Yeah, I usually write all the song structure and the melody and the lyrics, and then it gets, you know, just enhanced in so many ways with, you know, extra vocals, the drum beats and all that sort
exactly. So the band mainly helps you with the arrangements, but you do the initial songwriting.
of stuff. Yeah, like the
steps.
initial ideas and that sort of
Okay.
stuff. But
Okay.
we've gotten more and more into. There's a song we'll be playing later that is sort of came about when I had the lyrics written out, and I had this song that was I hated. Like, I just didn't like the melody at all, and I gave her the lyrics, and I just started jamming something, and then that there was some melody that you just created out of that, and that just basically breathed new life into that song.
So you have done some collaboration
Yeah,
in that
yeah.
regard too. Very cool.
Yeah.
And how did okay? So I've already made it clear that Björgvin is from Iceland. How in the world did you end up here?
So I went to audio engineering school in Madrid, Spain, and that's where I met my wife, Liz, not to be confused with Liz,
It's a
my
common,
singer.
confusing issue for a lot of people since
I
we
was
play
confused
together.
too until a few weeks ago. And I was like, oh wait a minute, there's a different Liz. There's another
Not
Liz.
this Liz, his Liz.
Yeah. So she was backpacking through Europe, and I met her in Spain, and we just sort of started dating there. And then she went to law school in Tucson, and I followed her to Tucson after I
Nice.
finished my audio engineering.
And you've been here ever since.
Yeah.
Okay. And Liz?
First generation immigrant.
That's right. That's really cool. You don't meet so many of those, especially not from Iceland. That's such a difference, right? My goodness, the climate and the lack of greenery.
I love it.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
That's
Adapted
so
quite
funny.
well to
I mean,
desert.
I can deal with the three months of hell in
Yeah.
the summertime, but
Tucson's better than Phoenix too,
Yeah,
though.
yeah.
It's much more
Yeah.
like what 10-degree difference. That's pretty huge.
very
When it's
true.
115 here, it's like 105 down there. Meh. So Liz, what about you? I would like to just find out where everyone's from.
Okay,
You
well,
were
I'm a Tucson native, actually, one of the
Okay.
few anymore that
Right?
we ever meet. And I've lived
Same here.
elsewhere, but it's been my home base, and I'm happy to be back in Tucson.
okay,
So,
cool.
yeah.
And then the rest of your bandmates. What about?
Well, I moved out here to follow a girl too. After I finished school, and she's from Tucson, so I relocated here, and that's the end of that.
Sweet.
or the beginning.
It is. You guys sound great. And what about the two of you? You're Liz's cousin.
Tucson native.
Okay, another Tucson native. Okay, good. Two Tucson natives. Nice.
Yeah, and then Tyrus and I are both from a small town called Mifflinburg in Pennsylvania.
Oh, that's right. Because you two grew up playing music together. You mentioned it when we were eating.
Yep.
Very cool. How long have you been in town?
Since Monday.
Since Monday. He's learned all of their songs since Monday, and it's Saturday. So you've been a Tucson resident all of 6 days. Very cool. Awesome. You guys sound great. What's the next tune you want to do?
This next song is called Beat Up and Broken, and it's actually a song I wrote in a hotel room in Yuma.
That's a good place to write a beat up and broken song.
Yeah, it was sort of. My wife was on a business trip, and I went there with her, and it was one of those 110-degree days in Yuma where I couldn't. I was actually trapped in a hotel room because it was too hot to go outside.
Oh, yes, Yuma's actually worse than Phoenix. So.
Yeah, and this is sort of about all the kind of little things that you probably keep longer than you should, and it gets kind of worn out and beat up and broken in some ways.
Exactly.
And like I take the example is basically kind of like this guitar, which sort of is what the first verse is about. But it's great because my wife just gave me this for my 30th birthday.
Nice.
And she went and had an artist do this.
Oh yeah, that beautiful mural on there. That's nice.
So it's had a new life. So
Very
now I
cool.
really just play this guitar most of the
Yeah, because
time.
it sounds great.
Yeah.
You know, it might be beat up, but it's definitely not broken.
Exactly. All right.
Cool.
This beat-up guitar has served me well. Strings are old and it's time for a trade. The tour's taking its toll, it's looking kinda old. It's time, I'm afraid. This car's pushing 200,000 miles. Rusty paint and the transmission's broke. The last time we tried, we only got to Blythe. We only needed a few more miles. Take care of the things that treat you well, before they get too old and bid you farewell. We wouldn't come this far without them there. They bid you farewell. These pets, they will grow old soon. Loved you for their whole damn lives. Love you can't repay. You felt it since the first day they saw you. Take care of the things that treat you well, before they get too old and bid you farewell. You wouldn't come this far without them there. They bid you farewell. They bid you farewell. Beat up and broken's just another way to say I love these things from the first day. Old and tired is just another way they go into our memories, into our memories. Take care of the things that treat you well, before they get too old and bid you farewell. You wouldn't come this far without them there. They bid you farewell. They bid you farewell.
cried on that one. I was holding back the tears. I'm serious. That was great. This is the first time I've ever gotten emotional on my own show. Seriously, that was beautiful. That is such a beautiful song. I had
Thank
no
you
idea I
very
was
much.
going to relate to it so much, but I love your work. Such thoughtful lyrics, you know?
Thank you.
Really. And a lot of thought's been put into your sound, and it's so beautiful. The Long Wait, why that name?
Well, when we first started putting this group together and trying to float around some names, that was one that I came up with really early on, and it just kept coming back to me over and over again. And for me, I mean, I think it's something that everybody can relate to in a different way. Like, there's always something that we're waiting for, or for me, someone. So even if it's just like sometimes we have the imagery of a dog waiting at home for us. We're total pet people, so.
Oh yeah. I've noticed, and I appreciate it.
So when we even almost use that in some of our band artwork is to have a dog waiting at a door.
Yeah.
So that's that long wait.
That was the runner-up to this T-shirt design.
It was.
The dog at the door.
Yeah, but you've got the wolf.
Yeah, we got the dog on there.
Yeah,
So.
or is it a coyote or a wolf?
Yeah, I think it's a coyote.
Coyote.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
Very
Tucson
cool.
Coyote.
Yeah.
So I think it's a bit different for everybody. For me too, it's the long wait of being reunited with somebody who's very beloved to me as well.
Uh-huh.
And so it's just everybody can have a different long wait for something, and it has a good meaning for them.
Absolutely, that's nice. Well, what's your next song? I'm getting a private concert here, and I'm very much enjoying this. So.
Coming back.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, you were going to talk about the coming back because you'd mentioned you'd started with 3 of you, and that.
Yeah.
Tell
this
us the story
song-
there.
Okay. Well, when we, the 3 founding members, started, that was Björgvin and Alan and myself. We really started kind of getting some momentum going when he passed away very suddenly, and without any warning, we were kind of lost. We were all very close, and so it took a little while to get back on our feet. And Björgvin actually wrote this song. It was the first one that he'd written since the hiatus that we had. Because we went a couple years without playing any music. I couldn't even get through a song.
Yeah.
And especially because a lot of them are Alan's, or they were ours together, and that made it very special but hard to continue
Was that
for
like
a while.
Big Bear?
Big Bear City was one that he wrote,
okay.
and he also wrote Drunk and Lonely People.
Exactly.
So,
Okay.
yeah, among many others. So, yeah.
Yeah. So this is basically this was my way out of writer's block.
Good. That sounds great. Well, I always like to join my guests on at least one tune, and so I'm going to be tickling the ivories here a little bit.
Excellent.
And filling in. Cool.
Yeah.
To save me. It's cold down here, and I'm running out of air. Doctor, won't you heal me? They tell me that I'm fine, still I'm aching all the time. It's been a couple years, tearing pages out of here. Our eyes open, we're coming back. Blank pages there for days, almost found a different way. We lost focus, but we're coming back. Teacher, won't you teach me? I've lost the will to write blank pages every night. Old friend, won't you help me find my pen I lost back then? It's been a couple years, tearing pages out of here. Our eyes open, we're coming back. pages every day. It's almost found a different way. We lost focus. We're coming back. We're coming back. We're coming back. We're coming back. Well, lately it's getting better, one song at a time. There's sadness we climb. Better, better than ever. Hearts healing anew. The music keeps us close to you. Oh, it's been a couple years tearing pages out of here. Our eyes open. We're coming back. Blank pages every day. It's almost found a different way. We lost focus, but we're coming back. We're coming back. We're coming back. We're coming back. We're coming back.
That's such a beautiful song.
Hey.
Sounds really nice with the piano on it too.
Yeah,
Let me know when you're in town.
absolutely.
Seriously, that's great. I mean, okay, so obviously, so you're coming back. You're beginning to play out more. You're releasing stuff. You know, I know you've got a single out, and you're working on a new album, right? You
Yep.
mentioned to me. How does this all tie in with How I Met You, which is online via your audio issues? I mean, because I actually, in talking with them, I found out that Tyler is also. How many of you have audio engineering degrees?
Huh?
Just those two.
No,
Two of us,
Tyrus.
but
Tyrus.
Tyrus. Oh my
That's
gosh, I
okay.
thought you said Tyler. Here I am, my
that's
own
all
show.
right. It's okay. It'll be all right.
Tyrus
We'll cut
has
that
an
out.
audio
Go
engineering
back
degree
in.
too, right? Okay. So both of you do, but you have an actual business, online business around this. So how do you tie all these things in together?
Well, because we're very active in like releasing new songs and that sort of stuff, I can take a lot of the lessons that I learn and stuff that I'm doing and kind of create or convert that into sort of an educational component for that I can then send to my subscribers.
Mm-hmm.
And what we've started doing now is we do weekly long wait videos that somehow tie into what we're doing that week. It's part news and updates for the band, and then there's always some sort of tips and tricks and tidbits on learning something when it comes to producing music and audio in general, just from our standpoint of what we're working on that week.
Okay, great. So that's they can find that via thelongwait.com
Yep.
or audioissues.com.
Yeah, or we also have our Patreon page, which has all of the videos there too, and because that kind of connects to our YouTube channel as well, which is
Okay.
patreon.com/thelongwait.
And we're going to have all of the video, like all the links below this video in the YouTube comments to their Patreon, to their Facebook, and et cetera, so you can find them wherever you want to find them online, because they've got quite an online presence, actually, which is really good. What's another tune you want to do for us?
What was next?
Another dance?
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is the song that I wrote with Liz, or that we had a bad version of, but I like the lyrics.
Oh, this is the one
Yeah.
you were talking
This is
about.
the one that
Okay,
I-
so you
yeah.
liked your lyrics, but you weren't convinced on the music
Yeah.
and the melody necessarily.
Yeah, so we
But
just
then-
kind of completely reinvented it.
Yeah.
Okay, great, cool.
And I helped.
I wanna live in a book, a song, or a dream. It make things easier, or so it seems. A pre-planned idea, script, or a show, but wholly false and fake from head to toe. Whoa. Take a trip to a faraway fantasy land, where things go exactly according to plan, where you and me could have danced differently, and we could have become what we wanted to be. Whoa. After all that's gone before, can I turn back to chapters 2 or 4? A different talk, a different turn. Problems I could have ignored. We belong in a book, a song, or a dream, and you'll always have a heart in my memory. Closing the book, finishing the song. Well, it's been too long, it's time to move on. It's time to move on. After all that's gone before, can I turn back to chapters 2 or 4? A different talk, a different turn. Problems I could have ignored. After all that's said and done, are we dancing to the same old song? Another time, another place. But would you have been the one? 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 After all that's gone before, can I turn back to chapters 2 or 4? A different talk, a different turn. Problems I could have ignored. Problems I could have ignored. Problems I could have ignored.
I'm really mesmerized by all the harmonies. I love it. I want that, right? Like, and of course, like, it's very lookable at. This is great. Wow, we've already had 5 songs, and every one of them is absolutely great. Are they online? I mean, well, now they're going to be online, right? But have you? So which of these have you released, or what's your status? What projects are you working on? Where is the long wait going?
Well, we're currently recording an album, and this one will be on it, right?
Yep.
Another dance.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's on it.
Okay.
And so yeah,
The one
so
that
a
you
lot
just
of
did.
yeah, another dance. And
Another
so far,
dance.
a lot of the ones that we've done have been online but live.
Yeah.
Just
Okay.
from performances that we've done around town.
Very cool.
And so a lot of them are out there because of that, maybe once or twice. But we're gonna actually have the real studio version soon.
Very cool. Very cool. But what's have you released anything yet?
Well, we have 2 sort of studio recordings that we released this year, which is Dispute and Perfect Pocket. And
Yeah.
we're going to play Perfect Pocket next, which is our latest single.
Okay.
We've been playing that, I don't know what I'm saying. Yeah, so that's our latest single, and we kind of have that in CD to sell at shows, but
Yeah,
you can
cool.
also listen to it on thelongwait.com.
Okay.
And those are the 2 studio recordings that will also be on the album, but we've...
You released those early as
yeah,
singles.
Yeah.
When do you expect to have this new project finished, and how many songs are you planning to have on it? The tough questions. I should have sent you that ahead of time.
But we have, what is it, drums, bass, and acoustic guitar tracked.
Yep.
John has started his lead parts, and then we've got lots of vocals and maybe some tambourine and shakers, and some idea that we've been tossing around is to pull in local area musicians for features on their
Very
respective
cool.
instruments.
Let me know if you need piano.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
John, you've been here a whole 5 days and you haven't gotten your stuff together on this album yet.
Back at home, I was recording some kind of the swell guitars and stuff.
Oh, you were actually recording for this?
Yeah.
Before you even moved here? Oh, that's cool. That's very cool. Well, so we're obviously we're gonna finish, like you said, with Perfect Pocket, your latest single, and what's your next? You have a tour in store or anything like that? What are your?
We don't have a tour. We have a tour in mind. I would like to do a short Arizona tour, possibly
Nice.
as a release tour of some sort. We do maybe Phoenix and obviously Tucson. Maybe go up to Flagstaff again. Do something fun around the release of the record.
It's a little regional tour, just as the beginning. And you're thinking maybe in the spring they'll have that out.
Yeah, I think that would be that's a
Probably.
good
Reasonable.
bet.
We're hoping.
Yeah.
Now, are you two engineering it together, or is it mainly you? Or?
No, we're doing it together more or less.
Well, it's mainly. I put the mics up sometimes.
But yeah, so it's me and him, and then obviously John knows a hell of a lot about recording as well.
Nice.
So we got a lot of good people in this band that can, together we'll be able to make something.
It was really very easy to set up with these guys because they all knew the language. So it was really very nice and made my life easier. So, well, you can check out these guys at thelongwait.com. Also, if any of you are any aspiring audio engineers, at whatever level, I do highly recommend audioissues.com. Björgvin has tips sometimes I'll check it out or I'll see a tip and I'm like, okay, I already know about that. And sometimes I'm thinking, I kind of know something, I maybe don't. And he's always got so many good golden nuggets of information because of his many years doing this. Well, it's true.
Thank you.
I mean, I'm just being honest. So I don't need to BS on my own show, right? So like it's funny because I was like, we're sitting here eating and I'm like, I'm your fan, Björgvin. And I'm sitting here eating. You're eating my food. You're eating my casserole. Was it good?
Yes, it was great.
Awesome. So check them out again online, thelongwait.com and audioissues.com, and then you can see all their links to everything. Patreon, I highly recommend supporting them with their video releases and a lot of good information there as well. Facebook, etc., etc. You'll see all those things in the comments section below this YouTube video, and let's hear Perfect Pocket.
All right.
Living by the river where your time zone ends. I met you on a breather from your family and friends. So why'd you go away? Made it have to be this way. Jumping over Europe, going place to place, going round and round in circles with a smile on your face. Oh, that happy face. Oh, you wanna see that happy face. What we had. have isn't lost. What we have isn't now. In our perfect pocket. In our perfect pocket. Pocket of love. 5 years down the line I stayed here with you. I'd be homeless in a gutter if it wasn't for you. You wouldn't even believe how much you're doing for me. Sitting by the river where our time zone ends, spending time together with our family and friends. This isn't went this way. Oh, I am here to stay. What we have isn't lost. What we have isn't now. In our perfect pocket. In our perfect pocket. Pocket of love. Pocket of love. Pocket of love. Of love. Pocket of love. By the river where your time zone ends, I met you on a breather from your family and friends. It didn't go the way, oh, I thought it would that day.
Yes, The Long Wait. That was so great. Thank you guys for being on the show.
Thanks so much for
Absolutely.
having
Thanks for
us.
having
This has
us.
been so
Really?
much fun.
Oh,
Yeah.
good. It has been
Yeah.
fun. Liz, introduce everyone one last time.
Okay. John Hollister. Paul Cerepanya, a.k.a. Shades. Tyrus Watson. And Björgvin Benediktsson. And I am Liz Cerepanya.
And they are The Long Wait. I'm Rebecca Delatorre. Thanks for checking out Topkat Studios sessions. Have a great night.